Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth review of the C7 Z06. This is actually my car. I've owned it for roughly about 8 months now. For the most part it is stock. It does have an X-pipe and a custom aero kit. I've driven this thing hours. I've commuted to work in it, so I should be able to give you guys a really good review and intake on this car. I am in the beautiful outskirts of Northern California, and I'm excited to show you guys what this car is all about. Let's talk about looks. This car is absolutely beautiful. It's got that unique, exotic look to it that people love. Let me tell you, it gets a lot of attention. It's got those broad, wide fenders and quarter panels that just makes it look mean riding down the road. It's got these vents everywhere. And not only does that look badass, but it actually works. They're actually functional. As soon as you take a seat in the Corvette, you'll notice that everything is facing you. Everything is concentrated towards the driver. You have your steering wheel in the perfect position. You have your shifter in the perfect position. You have your entertainment screen facing you. It literally makes you feel like you are driving a spaceship, and that is freaking badass. So this car has the adrenaline red leather, which is beautiful. One of my most favorite things about this car is the gauge clusters. I love it because when you change the drive mode, the gauge cluster changes. So this is Tour, see it changed. Go back to Sport, and then as you see, the heads-up display also changes. So this is we're gonna go to Track now. This is Track. As you see, the heads-up display also changes. And we have our PSI gauge here, and this is for the supercharger. Pretty sweet. Scroll to the left, we go to info. Gives you all your tire pressure, your oil life. I need an oil change. All that good stuff. And then we go to preference. This is where it gets really cool. It tells you your battery voltage, tells you your trans fluid temperature, your tire temperature. It tells you which tire in the back spins. It'll give you real time. It'll tell you how much it's spinning, which one's spinning more. This is gives you all your PSI, pressure, your oil temperature, engine temperature, all that stuff. This is cool. This gives you your G-force. This is a G-force meter. So right now it's reading 0.9 G's, just because I'm in a sloped area. But you know, if you hit a corner hard, this little thing will light up green and tell you how much G-forces you're actually hitting. So all that stuff. Right here we have our entertainment screen. This is the 2LZ, so it's not too fancy. You can hook up your Pandora, your texting. You can hook up your phone to it. You got your audio, you got your media, you got your radio, you got your climate control all here. Again, this is your driving mode, your electronic parking brake. You have 2 cup holders here. We have this I installed. It's a magnet to hold my phone. I'll show you guys. Bam. And then cool thing about this car, the entertainment screen actually goes down. We have the glove compartment. Glove compartment's really small. For storage, I mean, this car doesn't have much storage besides the trunk. Got a little pocket in here, pocket on the other door, glove compartment, and we have the armrest. The armrest is really really small. I mean, you can barely fit anything in there. As for the trunk is actually pretty large. The only thing that sucks is when you're driving this thing hard, things fly around like crazy. So this is how the trunk looks. Pretty good amount of space. You have another little compartment in here. Got your net. Now we're going to talk about performance. Alright, so the Z06, this car is a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 which produces 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque. Now you might be thinking, you know, since it's not naturally aspirated, you're not going to get power till way later in the power band. And that is not the case with the Z06. This supercharger it has was designed to produce instant torque at low RPMs. Now that's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because it helps you shoot out of corners. Which is why this car has one of the best track times, which is why this car is one of the fastest cars in the world. The bad thing is, it just has too much torque. It has too much torque. If you drive this thing with all the traction control off on a cold day, you're gonna crash. The tail is gonna kick on you and you're gonna crash. It's scary. I've had it happen to me before. Luckily I didn't crash. I controlled it, but I mean, it is what it is. Another thing, this car's suspension is beyond you can imagine. The suspension is unbelievable. If I put it in track mode, like I am track right now, this thing gets stiffer than ever. You can hit corners going 80 miles an hour, no problem. Then you can put it in Tour, in the magnetic ride, because this car has magnetic ride. It loosens up the suspension. Bumpy roads become less bumpy. Your ride becomes smoother. Aerodynamics. This car's aerodynamics is very good. It can be better, but it's good the way it is now. You got your nice front splitter. You got your big wicker bill in the back for downforce. This car is glued to the road. I used to have a Infiniti G35 Coupe before this, and when I used to hit 120 miles an hour in that car, the car would shake like crazy. I felt like the car was gonna fall apart. In this car, I can go 160, 170 miles an hour, and this thing is just slicing through the air like nothing. Nothing's budging. It just shoots through like a missile. Alright, so now let's talk about practicality and daily use. So when I first bought this car, I'd say about the first 2 months, I daily drove it to work. I commuted to work in this car. It's about an hour and a half drive to work, so just to give you an idea. Anyways, with that being said, I absolutely have no complaints. This car is an awesome daily driver. It's perfect. I mean, the seats are comfortable. The suspension is amazing. The roof comes off. The speakers are amazing. They sound awesome. I mean, it's just an awesome car. This guy's trying to pass me up. Not gonna happen, pal. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, this car is just an all-around awesome car. They say this is the king of the road. And what people mean by that is it's just an all-around awesome car. To sum everything up, this car is a spectacular performance vehicle. It's one of the fastest cars in the world. Let me tell you, this thing rides like a bat out of hell. When I'm at work, I literally crave to hop in this thing and take off. I crave to drive it. I crave it like a fat boy craves a vanilla ice cream cone on a hot summer day. Talk about daily driving. I used to daily drive this thing to work. I used to commute to work in this thing every single day for about a span of 2 months. An hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. So take it from me, this car is a really good daily driver. The interior is really comfortable. The ride is smooth. The MPG is good if you don't step on it. The maintenance is actually very minimal in this car, believe it or not. Talk about pricing. This car is probably one of the best bangs for your buck. You cannot find another car that's as good in performance, that has as good of an interior, that's as good as a daily driver, that's as reliable, that's as good looking as this car. You can't find anything else out there. You can't even find a car that's 100K more than this car that's as good as this car. And that's final. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. All that stuff really does make a difference. Thanks again. See you guys next time.